Hi, this is Sean, a Chinese student. Today I'm going to tell you something true about Chinese education systems. What's the cost of it? What do Chinese students do every day? I will answer these questions in this video. Since I'm not an English native speaker, there may be some weird expressions in my video and some wrong words. I'm sorry for that, I did not mean to it. Now let's start begin. First, I want to talk about our education systems. We have several phrases from the kindergarten, primary school, middle school, high school, and then college. And what I like most is that you don't need to pay a penny for the primary school and middle school. They are free or almost free. The costs are covered by our country. I think which I love that much. About the high schools, since they are almost all public, you just need to pay a little for them, nearly 350 yuan one semester. It's really low for every of our family. They can all afford it. And about our final goal, the college, they are almost the same. Most of them are public. There are surely some private ones, they cost a lot. But about the public schools, they cost nearly 2,000 per semester, which is also very low for us. In a word, you don't need to pay much for education in China. Do all of these attract you to come to China for education? Now let's start to the second question. Do Chinese students suffer a lot during all their exams? Maybe it's weird. Why just talk about the exams? Because it's a very painful topic for every Chinese student. Before I see this topic, I want to see some background knowledge about how to advance a higher education in China. At the time we have our primary school and middle school, we just go to the schools which near our house. It doesn't take you any effort to go to them. But once it enters into the college, it's all changed. They need to take exams to enter the best kind schools, which means they have a high probabilities to go to the best college. And the exam to the high school, we call it 中考, the middle exam. Whether you can go to a good college just depends on this one single exam. High school don't take a glimpse at your daily effort, they just look at the scores on the middle exams. They face a lot of pressure every day, and in order to get a high score in the middle exam, they try their best every day. In my eyes, they are all warriors. Usually they get up at about 7 o'clock and go to school at 7:30 and then start their courses. 4 courses in the morning to the 12 o'clock, and then they go home for rest. And about the 2 o'clock in the afternoon, they come back to the school, and then another 4 courses let them to go to about the 6 p.m. Then they go home for the self-starting time from the 6 p.m. and do their homework, and nearly they will finish it at about 10 o'clock or 11 o'clock. Even they are so hardworking, there are still 50% of the students cannot go to the high school. They just fail due to the policy. And nearly the same to enter a good college, there is an exam called the high exam. It's much more precious than the middle exam because it's really hard. All the students compete with you are all enter the high school. They are all very smart and hardworking, so the pressure on them just doubled. And in my school, it's very ridiculous for you to believe it. Every student who wants to enter a good college nearly to study 14 hours a day. Think about you are a high school Chinese student. You get up at about 6:30, then you go to school at 7. You begin to read books to remember those words in the books, and you are doing your textbooks every time in your classes. And during the break, most of them do not take a break. They just sit down on their seats and write about the textbooks to get more understanding on the knowledge. And you finish your morning, it's your lunchtime. My roommate, he can have his lunch just in 10 minutes since he can rush into the classroom to go on his studying. That's really crazy, right? They are not the Superman. They will get tired. They will sleep on their desks for about 30 minutes, and then in 1 or 2, it's the time for the afternoon classes. There is another 4 classes in the afternoon, and in each classes, you should pay full attention in what the teacher talking about and take some exams or other things in the afternoon. And it lasts about 6 o'clock. For the same, you go to the restaurant, take 10 minutes to have your supper, and then come back to the classroom. Right, not for the home but the classroom. Now it's a time called the 9th self-studying, in which all the classes gather together, a teacher at the platform to monitor them on whether they are studying. They need to finish their homework at this time. And to about 9:30 or 10, they can go to their dormitory. Some of the very extreme hardworking students wants to get the best college, they will, after 10 o'clock, they will study. They will continue their study. About at the 12 o'clock, their hard-working day finish, and they sleep about 6 hours, and the new routine begins. This routine will repeat every single day, every single week, every single year until they get to the college. Remember my words, whether you can get to a good college just depends on the scores on the high exam. If you just get a favor on those 2 days, unfortunately, you screwed up. If you have some dudes who have taken the Chinese high exam, treat them well. They are warriors. And it's all for my today's video. If you have any of your ideas about this video, please write your thoughts in the comment area. And do subscribe if you want to know something more about the true Chinese lives. And you can tell me what you want to know about China. I will tell you as I can. Have a nice day!